Come with us this beautiful fall day as we visit 4 picturesque places in southwestern Utah.
Yes, we started off this day doing an early morning hike in Zion National Park, then followed up with a trip to Kolob Canyons, then off to Parowan Gap to see some petroglyphs, and finished our day at Cedar National Monument.
On this trip, we stayed in Kanab, Utah, and we stayed at the Grand Plateau RV Resort. We got up on this day for a very early AM drive, 45 minutes into the east entrance of Zion. We found parking at Zion to be challenging, so we arrived at the tunnel before 8 a.m.
And one of the coolest things about the tunnel are the windows. Each one gets a little bigger, giving you a glimpse of what's to come.
Once we found parking, we headed to the Paras Trail, which is a short walk from the visitor center. This trail is dog-friendly, wheelchair accessible, 3.5 miles along the Virgin River that gives stunning views of the park. After working up an appetite from our walk around Zion, we headed west 30 minutes through the towns of Springdale and Verkin, Utah to arrive in Verkin. Here, I continued my quest for the ultimate breakfast burrito.
So we are here at El Rancho in Verkin, Utah, and we're trying out a new breakfast burrito. This is the El Muchacho, and then we bought some tamales for lunch. So this is the El Muchacho with shredded beef, she said, eggs, potatoes, onions, and then we got some green verde or
green
chilies.
verde. Let's work that in. Let's give it a chance.
Okay, so let's see if this passes the burrito test from Troy.
Oh, that's exceptional. Well, that was 5-star. El Rancho in Verkin, Utah. Really good flavor, the beef and all that in the burrito. Exceptionally good. Now we're going to make our way to Kolob Canyon, and I can do so as a happy man. Kolob Canyon is located approximately 45 minutes from the west entrance of Zion, which is in Springdale, Utah. Unfortunately, while it is part of Zion, it does have its own fee to enter, but was free with our annual park pass.
Kolob Canyon is a 5-mile scenic drive with hiking trails, but unfortunately none that are dog friendly. So we spent about an hour driving around and stopping at overlooks before starting the second half to our day. Now that our morning is finished, stick around for our afternoon as we continue our day trip around Southwest Utah.
12 hours driving around lower Utah today, and I'm exhausted and I'm starving to death.
Yeah, we're heading back to the camper in a few minutes to wrap up this day, but what an afternoon it was. After we left Kolob Canyon, we went up to, what was the name of the place?
Parowan Gap.
Parowan Gap, and it's
Right.
petroglyphs. There's like this gap in the road, and there's like two huge boulders, rocks, wall, mountains on either side, and they're covered in petroglyphs. And so that was like really cool to see. And it was about, I think about 30 miles north of Kolob Canyon.
Right, and that was great too. And this place had petroglyphs from obviously the early American Indians. Then you had stuff there from the Spanish conquistadores and the missionaries that came up, and then you had other stuff from obviously American settlers more recently.
Yeah, I think it was
Really
around
neat.
the 1800s that there were some others.
And they have
there.
dinosaur tracks out there too.
Yes, we did not go there, but yes, that was there as well. And then, so once we left there, we went 30 miles
east.
To Cedar City, and from there we went to Cedar Breaks National Monument, which is really going to be one of my favorites so far.
Beautiful views. I mean, you could see Arizona from 12,000 feet. It's very alpine.
It was gorgeous, like you said, alpine, and because they had just gotten so much snow here a few days ago, ground was covered, but it was a beautiful day. It was in the 50s, so it was snow, but it wasn't cold, and incredible views. Now they are renovating the visitor center and one of the overlooks, so you can't do that, but there are a couple others that are breathtaking. We're going to show you the views here in just a minute. Highly recommend. Really liked it. From Kolob Canyon, we headed north on Interstate 15 to Parowan Gap to see the petroglyphs.
The last 8 miles of this trip takes you off the interstate for another scenic drive.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy we go.
Then we headed on to Cedar Breaks National Monument.
And again, the differing scenery is stunning.
Cover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy we go.
After leaving Cedar Breaks, we headed down Highway 14 back to Kanab. Along the way, make sure to check out the views at beautiful Navajo Lake.
Cover agents of the other.
But one of the coolest things you will find along this road are fields of lava rock.
But a word of advice, if you see a sign along Highway 14 that says lava flow this way and you decide to turn down that road, If you don't have four-wheel drive or it has recently rained or snowed, you may want to turn around before you travel too far down this path.
We didn't get very far before we turned around, and even though it was a long day, I had to stop and rinse off the truck before heading back to the camper.
Now, tomorrow we are going to the Grand Escalante Staircase. We're going to be off-roading on Cottonwood Canyon Road.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to see some arches, we're going to do on some slot canyons, some various hikes, and we're going to have to pack our food. It's going to be quite a day of travel, but the travel is going to be rather slow.
Yes. Yeah. So, if you'd like to see how that goes, please remember to hit that subscribe button. And Desi, wherever he is in this truck, always wants you to hit that notification bell.